Topic related to the basic components of steam power plants and its performance evolution. So, basic components of steam power plant. Steam power plant, otherwise you can also call this thing as Rankine cycle. So, in Rankine cycle, what are the important components of Rankine cycle means? Initial boiler is there. After this boiler, the steam that enters into the turbine, this turbine is connected to the generator here. After this turbine, steam enters into the condenser. After this condenser, again steam enters into this hot well where we are collecting the condensate, and then from this hot well we are supplying that steam again by placing this pump into the boiler, okay, into the boiler. Here we are supplying heat, and here inside this condenser, whatever the heat we are supplied here, again here we are rejecting heat here. In the turbine, we are getting work from this turbine, and here we are supplying work into the pump here. Here this is the boiler where the water is converted into steam, and later from this boiler that steam enters into the turbine where the expansion process is going on. We are getting certain work from this turbine. After this turbine, the steam enters into the condenser where the extra amount of heat is rejected into the condenser. This one we can call as unavailable energy, and then from this condenser steam enters into this hot well. We can call this thing as hot well. From this hot well, steam again enters. Here we are collecting this condensate by placing this pump, and then the steam enters into the boiler. Water, the condensate is entering into the boiler. There we are converting the condensate into the steam. For example, if you supply this thing as, if you indicate this thing as 1 steam entering condition into the boiler, 0.2 steam leaving condition from the turbine, and then steam leaving condition from the condenser, and this one is also 0.3 and this one is 0.4. One is entering the steam condition into the turbine, 2 is leaving condition from the turbine, and then 2 to 3 condensation process, and then 3 to 4 that one is indicating pumping process into the boiler. Here we are supplying heat inside this boiler. Here we can show this one upon this HS chart. And here, this one is one pressure limit, high pressure limit. You can call this thing as low pressure limit. Before expansion, after expansion of the steam here. Upon this HS chart, one saturated curve is there. 2 pressure lines are there. This one is P1 and this one is P2 here. This one is P1 pressure line and this one is P2 pressure line. These are constant pressure lines upon this HS chart, and this one is indicating saturated curve. Here X, that one is indicating 1 here. X is nothing but dryness fraction. The steam entering condition is superheated steam, and then we can show that superheated condition as 1 double dash, and then this one is indicating expansion process in the turbine from 1 to 2 double dash. If the steam initial condition is saturated condition, so we can show that saturated point upon this saturated curve. So this one is indicating 0.1 and this one is indicating 1 to 2 is the expansion process from the saturated condition to the wet steam. The steam initial condition is wet steam. After the boiler also steam initial condition is wet steam, and this one is indicating expansion process of this wet steam 1 dash to 2 dash. So this one is indicating saturated steam, 1 double dash indicating superheated steam, and this 1 dash is indicating wet steam. From 2 to 3, this one is condensation process. 2 to 3 is showing condensation process inside the condenser, and then 3 to 4, that one is compression process inside the pump, and then 4 to 1 is indicating again heating process inside the boiler. Okay, you can show in this format upon this HS chart. You can go for 1 to 3, 4 or 1. The steam condition is saturated steam. The steam condition is superheated condition, we can go for this formula. Otherwise, if the steam condition is wet steam after leaving the boiler, this is the 1 dash, 2 dash, 3, 4. That one is indicating cycle crossing in the Rankine cycle. And we can also show upon this TS diagram also this process. Inside this TS process, TS diagram, this one is indicating saturated liquid line and this one is indicating saturated vapor line. Here also, these are the constant pressure lines. Upon TS diagram, we can call these things as constant pressure lines. This one is P1, this one is P2. Here also we can show the steam initial condition is 1 double dash, 1 double dash 2 is indicating expansion process. The steam is saturated steam, already shown you upon the HS chart. This one is 1 to 2. The steam initial condition is wet steam. We can go for 1 dash to 2 here. And then 2 to 3, that one is indicating condensation process. Again from 3 to 4, that one is indicating compression process in the pump. And then 4 to 1, again heating process inside the boiler here. So we can also indicate this 4 to up to this situation, we can call this thing as economizing process. Economizing, and this from here to here, this one is indicating evaporation inside the boiler. From here to here, this one is indicating superheating process. Finally, we can get efficiency of this boiler by utilizing the formula work done by heat supply. Where we are supplying heat inside this boiler and we are rejecting heat inside this condenser, where we are getting work means from the turbine. By utilizing this work only, this pump is also running here. So that's why net work done is equal to work done by the turbine minus work done by the pump divided by heat supply. Okay, by utilizing SFE equation, by applying SFE equation, steady flow energy equation to the boiler, or first go for turbine. So this is the work we are getting by expending this much of energy into the turbine, and this is the waste energy that is leaving from the turbine. So this is the total energy entering into the entering condition is indicated with H1 enthalpy, and leaving conditions are net work done by the turbine, and this is the loss of energy, H2 is indicated. Therefore, work done by the turbine is equal to, we can get by using the formula H1 minus of H2. Okay, and at the same time, amount of heat that is generated in the condenser, amount of heat that is generated in the condenser, you can also get this is the amount of energy that is entering into the condenser H2. And this is the heat rejected by the condenser is equal to pure outlet conditions plus H3. Amount of heat rejected by the condenser is equal to H2 minus of H3. And then what we are supplying to the pump, and this is the energy entering into the pump, and this is the what we are supplying to the pump. This is the leaving condition. So inlet conditions are work done by the pump plus H3, and leaving condition is H4. Therefore, work done by the pump we can get by utilizing the formula H4 minus of H3. This is the what we are getting from the pump here, and this is the heat we are supplying to the boiler. So for this boiler, amount of heat supplied is equal to H1 minus of H4. So we can substitute all these things inside this formula to get efficiency of this Rankine cycle. Thank you.